It's at Target. Walked by. I saw this on the rack. I said, what better? What better? Here.
Two cool moms.
Yep. Problem is there's two cool moms.
Oh my God. Oh my
God. Shoot up. It's time for two cool moms.
Word to your mother.
Now we're two cool moms. Can't just have one cool mom. Thanks so much for suiting up, Stevie. I'm Joe Gatto.
I'm Steve Byrne.
And we are two cool moms.
Yeah. We got our shirts on.
So I was walking in Target, and I was on the road, and me and Jiggy were doing a shop, and I walked by it, and I said, that's funny. I have to get that.
Yeah.
So then I picked this one up, but I grabbed that one. You have on an XL, but it was too taut.
Yeah.
I couldn't breathe. It wasn't comfy. I needed the double XL, and the double XL was on the mannequin. So I asked the person who worked there to disassemble it and get it. Like, who's that for? They're like, oh, you getting that? And I said, yeah, it's for me. So this guy had to take it off. I get it for me. So here we are.
Here we are.
Cool moms.
We feel cool. Now, here's the thing. You walked in with the shirt on, and I started dying laughing.
Right.
I'm like, that's hilarious. And as soon as I wipe my tears... You throw another one at me, and I'm like, oh, no. No, it's not so funny.
It's a turn.
It's not so funny.
You look great, though.
No,
you got the pipes out.
No.
The guns.
Oh, look at him.
These.
Oh,
They
Joey.
don't bite. They don't bite.
Joey Beefcake,
I have
stop it.
no muscle tone.
Oh, come on.
No, it's just like slabs of salami hanging from my arms. You're pale.
Oh, yeah.
Well, in comparison, I was just in Florida this weekend, so that's what happened. So sorry about that. You're getting washed out completely. You don't.
I'm powder, apparently.
You're great. Yeah. I love it, man. I love it. Two cool moms. I'm a big graphic tee guy. I love a good graphic tee.
Yeah.
I love a good slogan, logo.
I love a good woman's tank top. Is what I like. So this worked out perfectly. Yeah, I can't wait to.
It's an XL woman's, so they should tell you something about it.
This is an extra large woman's,
and it's blousy on you, which is nice.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It's meant to be one. Go. Got room for the boobies. It's very nice.
An XL woman. You'd think these days this would be a lot bigger.
A lot bigger
for a woman.
But because the size of breasts.
The size of a lot of women.
The breast enhancements.
Oh yeah.
So many enhancements.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. The cool would be cool, mama, cool, mom. I've never been tank top guy though. Have you been tank top guy?
Never.
Never, really?
Never. This is uncomfortable for me.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's wonderful for me. Are you uncomfortable? I love it.
In a tank top? Yeah.
It's
not a big tank top.
It's easy breezy, cover girl.
In the Home Alone, yes, I would wear something like a tank top.
Do you own tank tops that are non-jerseys?
Nope.
No, me neither.
I don't know one tank top.
You know, a lot of people do this under a suit shirt. Like they'll do the white, not the I'm a cool mom one, but under like a suit, they'll wear a tank top to be under their dress shirt.
Okay.
I don't do that. I do a full t-shirt underneath.
You're talking like when
suit,
you dress up and yeah. I never understood that.
Do you do bare chested, just a button up?
That's it.
What's your pit situation? Do you sweat a lot? You don't need a rain catcher?
Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
I used to have to wear those on when I taped Sullivan's Son.
Oh yeah.
The makeup, because I would just you're sitting under the lights and 100%. I was always stressed and I had every goddamn line of the thing. So it would literally look like like a fire hydrant. Yeah, went off. But normally I don't know. It's weird. Like sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's not.
Yeah. I don't think I own tank tops.
Are you consistently
face sweats?
Yeah.
That's it. When I'm hot or nervous, face sweats. It's all about face lip. That's where I'm coming out of.
Yeah.
The pit's not so much.
No.
Ball area, a little bit, if I'm going to be honest. My Dagobah system acts up sometimes. Yoda's out there doing his thing. I get a little bit of swampy. It happens. But mostly it's on the face, for sure. I get a glean. I get a glean going.
Yeah.
Did you... Now, I never wore tank tops growing up either. I never. You wore basketball jerseys, though.
No.
No, really?
Never. The only basketball jersey I ever owned was an LA Sparks.
Really?
Yeah, and I used to wear it for the funnies.
Mm-hmm.
But that was like in the summer or something. If I was checking my mail, I would never wear a tank top out.
Really?
Ever. Yeah.
Oh, I would love if you would just rock a tank about town.
Never had it.
Really?
Have you owned tank tops?
No. Never. I'm an Italian from Staten Island. I was born in it. They swaddled me in it.
That's right.
It came out of my mother. They were like, here it is. Let's get him this Hanes white, ribbed. No,
Comes with a gold chain.
Yeah, it did. They put it right on. They christened you right there. I never really got into tank tops. I was never had a defined body. But I did wear them when I played basketball. And my body was never defined. I never had any sort of muscle tone, anything to show off. Why would I wear it?
Yeah.
You know, now I have body confidence through the roof. So I don't care. I'll rock one right now. I might wear this on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're together this weekend. We're together this weekend. Come on, we end the show in them.
Okay.
How many cool moms will come out?
The minute I put this on, I was like, I know we're going out to lunch, and I'm just praying to God Joe doesn't say, you know, we're wearing these to lunch.
People ask for merch, guys. Here it is. No, this is trademarked. This is from Target. Yeah, I never really got tank tops. I never. What's some other stuff you never wore? I wish I could have got into a couple things, but I want to hear you. Like I can't. I don't wear baseball hats. I don't look in the hat. We talked about this.
I love that. Yeah. Anything brown, like brown leather. I've never. I can't get into browns. And my wife loves brown. She's a
brown beige earth tony.
She's earth tony. Yeah.
Greens.
I like blues, blacks, and yeah. I guess that's most guys probably, but I don't know. I just don't wear anything brown.
Do you wear salmon? Do you go into the dabble in pink?
No, really? Salmon. Come on, no.
Salmon. You're wearing pink right now?
I was forced to, I didn't pick this out.
Yeah, if it was blue, you would have been like, love it.
Well, that's true.
Blue and black.
No, so yeah. What about you? What is
I
something
I always wanted to do like a leather jacket, and I could never pull it off. I always looked like the Fonz.
You could wear a leather jacket.
Well, no, because I looked way too like stereotypical. Like it didn't. I never felt comfortable in it.
Yeah, but you get a nice leather jacket.
Yeah, it's true.
There's like the Fonzie, and then there's like the
Fonzie's the nice one.
But we talked about Fonzie before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But I think you could get a nice black leather jacket.
Scarves I like.
Scarf. I've never done it.
I love a scarf.
Never.
I love.
But there's people that wear like a dress scarf. You
Paul
know,
Feig.
like
Paul Feig. Paul Feig. Feige.
Does he?
Feige. Sorry. Yeah. Paul Feig. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Famously. No, it's not him. I'm thinking of somebody else. Who directed Spy?
Paul Feig.
Oh, I was right. Yeah.
An ascot.
Ascot.
Never wore an ascot.
Loves him. Loves him. He can't get enough of him, the Feige. Feig. It's
Ascot?
Kevin Feige and Paul Feig, right? Feig. Yes. Feig.
An ascot. Never.
Paul Feig loves an ascot.
He wears an ascot?
Famously.
Like Thurston Howell.
No. Is it a bow tie? He wears something. He's always dressed up.
Bow tie with a tuxedo.
Thurston Howell's the most famous ascot for sure.
Yeah. A bow tie with a tuxedo, yes. A bow tie casual.
Liberace wore a... I mean, ascots. I feel like
they wore a lot.
I feel like they would be uncomfortable though. Like turtlenecks, I can't do a turtleneck.
No,
but they look so comfortable.
No,
but I can't wear them.
I don't like it. That's something I never got into.
It's like you got a rug around your throat.
No, you wear a turtleneck. It's like the back of a book cover. It's like author Steve Byrne. You kind of like.
This is
with a turtleneck.
Do your right here. This is our author cover for Two Cool Moms.
But you gotta imagine a turtleneck.
No, I want you in this.
Oh.
Screen grab.
Oh, in this?
Like this. This is our screen grab. This is going to be the thumbnail. Mark it. Did you?
Are we wearing these out today?
I mean, we should put it on the next episode because it was all like, oh, we're going to lunch next. Yeah, let's wear lunch. And don't even mention them. That's the best part.
Could you imagine if you're walking around Manhattan, you saw two dudes in their 40s walking around?
We're not even going to wear our jackets.
Okay.
Because it's also not this nice out. It's not tank top weather out. We'll take some photos in the wild and we'll upload them so people can see it.
All right. What were you going to ask?
Oh, I love this. You know what? We're going to take this for a photo shoot.
See, you love this.
I do.
You love this.
But so do you. You're having fun. No, not as much.
I mean, I'll do it for the funnies.
Yeah, that's why. You love being funny.
Yeah. With a microphone. And
do you not like that we are partners in crime because I am so I'm so pro embarrassment?
This is you are in your zone right now.
Yeah.
Like this, walking down the street, two dudes, tank tops.
I'll be doing
I'm
this.
a cool mom.
I'll be doing this with my hair.
Do that. You don't have a care in the world.
Right.
I would feel a little inhibited. Yeah, a little bit. I'd be like, oh, okay, but I do it. I'll do it.
All right.
For the funnies. Not comfortable, but I'll do it.
I don't want you to be on. Yes, I do. Do it. It'll be fun. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I won't make it. We won't have to perform in them. We don't have to get on stage in front of our, thousands of adoring fans this weekend in Florida.
Thousands. Yes.
Well, you walk out with almost thousands of fans. You don't win everybody over, if we're going to be honest. You win a lot, though.
No, don't win them all over.
You win a lot over, though.
No, had a few walkouts.
We'll wait till Joe takes the stages. We can do these. Jiggy
No, at my own.
Oh, your own?
At my own, yeah.
No, did you? Recently?
Yeah. Texas.
Texas is tough for you, though.
And then Vegas had an odd incident. Doesn't matter. I'm here.
You're here. You made it. You made it through.
Yeah.
You're great.
But you cannot, I don't think you can do a show these days and not, there's going to be somebody that just, somebody's going to find something.
But I always remind you before you take my stage.
Be nice, Steven.
Be nice, Steven.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so great. Oh, I love it. I love when you're out there. Just two cool moms hitting the road.
Just two dudes.
What are we getting for lunch is a question. We have to go get like mimosas. Right? We have to order some mosies.
Somewhere with a sidewalk
Right, yes.
apparently, yeah.
Oh, with a plant.
We can just chill out.
I want to drink with some garnish in it.
Yeah.
Of breezy lemonade. I'm going to do this a lot too. I just feel like this is going to be a thing for me. It's adjusting right here. Just this.
Just that?
Yeah. When I do the meet and greet, sometimes I used to do some sillies to make a time pass when me and the boys did meet and greets, and I would always do this thing where when somebody's walking up, I'll be like, I'm gonna touch their face in the picture, and so I'm like, don't, and I would just hug them awkwardly and just have my hand. Sal would get so red. It's so fun. Yeah.
But imagine, you're waiting this whole time to meet you. You're such a huge fan, and then a digit just
random photo. Yeah.
All right,
let's get into it.
Here we go.
Two Cool Moms, thank you so much for subscribing to our YouTube. That's a big thing. Please do that. And then also, of course, sliding into the DMs.
Yeah. Rate, review, subscribe. This has been a podcast, I think you and I have discussed this off the air or whatever, but I think we do it. It's a lot of fun. But I think, there's going to be, more of a focus to kind of, make it more than, first question.
I thought you were teeing up the question. Were you trying to say something?
No, but I think this has almost been kind of like a hobby, but then, and just talking to you lately, it's like, I think we're going to
you're talking about amping it up.
Yeah.
Talking about our plans.
Amping it up. Yeah.
We got big plans for the Cool Moms.
Yeah. It starts with wardrobe and it builds out from there.
It's a lifestyle choice, guys.
It
doesn't only happen here. It happens here and here.
And here.
That's right. That's where it is.
That's
but
where
most importantly,
it's right here.
Right here.
Okay. This is coming to us from Alita. Okay. Hi. Love the laughs when I listen to both you cool moms.
Branded.
Father's Day is about a month away. I need ideas for gifts for my husband. I'm a notoriously bad gift giver, especially to my husband. Any suggestions would help.
You know what used to crush it for me for a Father's Day gift? On both sides of it, I loved the JCPenney walkway. You know when JCPenney's, when they did JCPenney's, they did the whole little like tables they would set up on the way up to the cash wrap, and it would just be all the stupid little like fathers like desktop golf, or like all those things that I would always find stuff there that I liked, and my dad used to like those gifts, or maybe he just told me he liked them.
Yeah,
but I always thought that was really cool. But for me, for Father's Day gifts, for sure, handwritten note from the kids, something that's a moment in time.
Yeah, exactly.
What you mean about me, like that kind of thing. I always think those are fun and awesome.
I don't think that's not a bad call at all. My son drew a picture for me recently and framed it, put it next to my, when I get up in the morning and, in the bathroom.
Were you losing to the word you didn't know what the bathroom was called? What does it matter? You're really uncomfortable right now.
I'm having mom fog, okay?
So he drew you a picture, you put it in a frame and put it in your bathroom. Totally normal.
There you go, yeah.
Okay.
But it says you got this. And my son drew a picture of me holding my wife's hand and my two kids' hands, and it's just the four of us.
Oh, that's great.
And I was like, that's so sweet. That's like a nice thing to see in the morning.
Cool.
So son wrote that. My daughter knows I love the 78 Superman, so she looked up an image and drew it and colored it in, and
Was it good?
Just went, yeah, it's really good actually.
Well,
so
do you
I
have to
framed
say
it.
that? Or she's not listening.
I'm telling you, it really
good?
is really good.
Great.
Yeah. So I framed it, put that in my office, and those things, of all the things in my office, those are like the two things
That's super cool.
really, really cool. But
My refrigerator is just filled with stuff that my son has drawn, and he also bought a do-it-yourself magnet thing we had for him, and he made the magnets that are on my fridge. Like,
really?
calls it, it just says his name and like picture I love dad and stuff. It's really cool. Like, my whole thing is like a little shout out to his gallery of artwork.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, so Father's Day gift suggestions, though, I would think, here's what I think is kind of fun lately. I was in New Orleans. I went to some antique stores.
Yep.
I was in Vegas. I went to this great antique store. Every time I'm walking through there, I'm like, oh, so-and-so would love that. So-and-so would love that. Or they have like these old school mechanical, like 1930s, 40s, like those old mechanical banks.
Fun.
Do you remember those?
So fun.
It was like a golf one.
Yep,
There's like a one with the you put the penny there and it drops down. It's just like, I don't know, things like that are pretty cool.
Nostalgia's
So-
big for dads. Us
I
getting
think
up
so,
there
yeah.
for sure. I walk around. I just found a Wile E. Coyote glass that I used to have growing up, and I bought it on the road with you, right, Jake? Yeah, we were in an antique store, and I bought a Wile E. Coyote glass and a Roadrunner mug that I used to have growing up. It was so cool, and I was like, stuff like that, because we don't need anything at this point, you know. We buy it, you know, that kind of thing. It's dads always do that. They buy for themselves or for the family, I think, for the most part. So I think thoughtfulness, even more than the mom gift, I think it goes into for a dad, because dads are notoriously, I know between my mom and my dad was harder to shop for, mostly because he was dead. And you didn't know really if he liked it or not, and I'd have to dig up and bury it.
Oh my God, Joe.
I had to bury the gift, and I had to see if he liked it, and then he wouldn't tell me if he liked it. Never said thank you, that fuck. So, you didn't see that one coming at all. Love it.
Okay.
What are you getting your alive father for Father's Day? Do you do that? Do you exchange gifts with your dad? Because I know some people give up on it.
Yeah, I get him some stuff every now. Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, birthdays, like I think last birthday I got them like McCartney tickets, Paul McCartney. But yeah, I always make sure to send them something.
No, on Father's Day.
Yeah. You know, my son started getting into it. I was like, oh, this would be kind of fun. Baseball cards. Awesome. There's different kinds of baseball cards, or whatever sport he likes. Like before, when you were younger, it was just Topps. That was it. You just Topps or Fleer, and that was kind of it. Now they have all these specialty kind of like Allen and Ginter and these high-end like types of things. Those are fun because my son's like, hey, will you open these with me? And we're going through. It's like, oh, you got Aaron Judge. It's like, it's fun.
That's
so I don't know,
really cool.
even as to go to that nostalgia bent, I would say, what kind of sport does he like? Maybe find like some of those high-end cards, get him a box of those and watch him light up. My buddy, Wyatt, who you met in Vegas, we went to lunch and he showed up and he gave me 3 packs of hockey cards. And it was like, oh my, I got a Mario Lemieux on the very first card, and it made my day. It was like, this is fucking great. Yeah.
That's fun.
I think that'd be kind of fun.
I would say also take your dad to the movies. I feel like most dads like movies, and dads like spending time with people.
Yeah.
So if you just go out go out for a movie, get some popcorn, hang out. I think that'd be fun.
80 for Brady.
What'd you say?
80 for Brady.
80 for Brady. There you go.
There you go. Do that. And wear
Perfect
this.
Father's Day. Perfect Father's Day.
Wear this when you go. Yeah, I can't believe this is an XL.
Double XL. 2X on this pitch. Right here. On this sassy broad.
All right, this is coming to us from... This is actually a good question. This is coming to us from Warren.
Great.
Hey, cool moms. I love you guys' podcast. I listen to it every episode. Want to hear you guys' thoughts on tipping. Is a tip something a worker is entitled to or something that is earned? Who do you tip? Servers, bartenders, baristas, movers, bellhops, all the above? Do you always tip the same percentage or does it depend? Great question.
Great question.
And I just dealt with this in New Orleans.
This is fresh.
Went to a bar, ordered a round of drinks, ordered another round of drinks, and then you get the thing back and it says, do you want to tip 20, 25, or 30% or whatever? And I'm like, no, that's what a server gets. A server gets 20, 25, or 30% of a bill. A bartender, at least for me, after having worked in that profession, I'll give you maybe 10 because you're literally just pouring a drink and giving it to a server's there for the whole meal,
Hoofing it,
bread, refills. You want to-go box. What I mean, you think of all the things. You want to accommodate. You forget the dressing on the side. There you go. Just, I think a bartender, you want to, if you're drinking there for a while, start heavy with the tipping.
Hit them up top.
Hit them up top,
as they say.
Set a precedent, and then slowly wean it back. But then maybe at the end of the night, double up if they're really good.
Yeah.
But then I think baristas, drivers, yes, you got to tip the driver. I think like when you're getting picked up at the airport for a show or something, you always tip the driver. That's what Brian Doyle Murray always told me. Always tip the driver. Bellhop, you grease them $2 or $3, I think. And then now, like when you go to get fast food or a barista or coffee, there's time, like especially if I'm getting it to go, I don't leave a tip. It's like, for what?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
The single is dead to me. $5 is where you're starting for me. You got to start at a $5 tip.
But does somebody at like Jersey Mike's deserve a $5 tip?
Well, they're working harder, I would say, than somebody at McDonald's.
Well, I think isn't the tip option there at McDonald's too?
I don't go to McDonald's.
I don't think so. No.
But I would say Jersey Mike, the tip jug has made its way to many a place now. It's basically everywhere. I will say many places I always do it, and sometimes you want to make sure that I like to make sure they see I'm tipping. So like at the car wash, there's just that box on the side.
Absolutely, you got
There's a box on the side. I'll be like, "Good job, guys." I put it in like that loud, and I make sure eye contact. This is me tipping a tenner.
Yeah.
Right in there, because it's going between everybody. You got 6 or 7 guys working on the car. Boom.
Car wash, absolutely, you got to tip.
Car wash there. And that's just a box out of nowhere. And you want to let people know you're doing it, so they take care of the wheels.
Yogurt, food to go, a coffee, fuck that. No, I'm not into that at all. I don't like that.
I tip. I do tip a lot, and I will, a lot meaning often. And I will say I do it just because I feel like, first of all, I always have cash in my pocket. I come from a world where it's always good to have cash in your pocket. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't have cash in their pocket. So I'll peel off a 5 spot and drop it in. I love to make a scene about it for the jokes. Like every time we check into a hotel, Jiggy, what do? I take out a 20. I do a double. I go, this is for you. You take care of yourself. Like in a big, like silly way, just to do it. But also, I feel like the people at the front desk have to deal with that.
You're also doing a kind gesture. You do
kind
it all
gesture,
the time.
but also self-serving. I want to get upgraded to that corner suite.
Right.
They could hit a button and it's the same thing. They'll do it for you. But it's also just because I know how people work hard. And I've always come from, I've come from a place of not having money. Now I'm lucky enough to have a little bit in my pocket. I like to share the wealth. But also it's for me, it's the entertainment. I'll always do this. I always do this, and Sal used to hate it. I'd be like, who broke him off? Did we break this guy off? Yeah. We break him off. You need a piece? Did we break him off a piece? Yeah. Like I'll make a thing. Like the driver. Like we're getting out of the car, the four of us getting out of the van. Who broke him off a piece? Get a piece. We got a piece for him. Yeah. And Sal would just get more beat red. I'm like, I got no pieces. I got no pieces for this guy. Who's got a piece? Like we'll do like that kind of stuff. But I don't really. If it's bad service, I will definitely dial it back. And if it's great service, I will definitely go overboard.
I'll dial it up.
I'll dial. I've been with you where we've dialed it up. We made somebody's evening one night when we were together in Louisville. I don't know if you remember. We hit him. We hit it 2 times. You did it on the card, and on the way I was like, "This guy's so good." I threw him a card cash
double
too.
Up.
I got an exposed elbow because I'm in a tanker. I'm in a tank top. It hit me right in the F bone. Oh, it's a bad spot for that, guys. Jiggy. Double up. I've got to say. But yes, I do. I just tipped obnoxiously somewhere because here's the thing.
Yeah.
We were there late. This was in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
This was in New Orleans. We were there.
If you're the last table.
We were the last table.
If you're the last 3 tables, it's the end of the night. You got to tip. You got to tip more than 30.
100%.
Absolutely. Always.
We were there late. They gave us lots of food on the brooch. They were like, "Oh, this is for you. This is blah blah blah." And then that doesn't go in there, but the server's still. They're still hoofing it. There's another one.
Yeah.
Dink. Let me get those.
Sure.
Dink. Doing a 5-courser. And here we are. They're only getting paid for a 3-courser. You're not going to do that. That's all the bill shows. So if you do 10% of that, 20% of that, it's not reflective of the work they've done. So I go in deep in the pock, dig that out. I go on. Tell me when to stop. Tell me when to stop. That's what I do, and that was worth every penny because it was really good food, really great team of people.
Sure.
That's the other thing too. When you get an influx of people helping you, I feel like you have to go harder. If it's not just one waiter, like sometimes you get, this is me, this is Frank, we'll be taking care of you. Then there's bus boys are coming over. It's a lot.
Well, you're a national treasure.
A national treasure.
So your dining experiences, for the most part, are a little different. You're getting hooked up quite often. I think for the average person, look, being a bartender is a rough job. Being a waiter is tough. And you're not just like, the tip to the waiter is not just to the waiter. It's to the busboy.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the kitchen staff. They pull it with the folks in the dish tank. So it's like that tip, sometimes I would say 50 to 60% of the time, is getting pulled out.
Yeah.
So
they don't keep it right
that in mind, yeah.
I will say this too, though. You have your means. Everybody's got a job. Everybody's working for money. You could tip what you can tip.
Right.
You know, you don't have to go put yourself out to help. If you do a gesture and you do what you could do, there's no percentage for me.
Right.
It's like, okay, what could you do is where it comes from, you know? So that's a big part of it too. But I do like to tip everybody that I come across with. I do. I tip more often than I don't.
If you have the slightest like modicum of like being a decent server, you'll get a good tip from either of us. If you go the extra yard, I think that's where it's just like absolutely, because I know how hard that.
Because then also people at the table will also kick in. No, not T-Rex, not T-Rex.
Yeah, we should
not too short arms. That's Jiggy's podcast. Too short arms. He's trying to get in his wallet.
When I heard when Gary Coleman passed, he gave his arms to Jiggy.
Oh God, I love it. I will say the other thing too is the time to tip is very important because
we should just look at Jiggy the whole time we do this podcast.
Yeah.
So the time to tip is
tipping. Hi, is this question from him?
I think Well, no,
because he doesn't. He's like,
no.
I got the answer. Very different podcast. We went on for what? What's the clock at? 15 minutes ish about tipping. He would have been like, nah. Ashley writes. That's what he would have been. That would have been him. On too short arms.
Even if he was in a canoe, he wouldn't tip.
No, for sure.
Nice. Well done.
Nice. I love it.
Oh, well, I'll give this one
Or
to
if
you.
he was a cow.
Here's one that that I run into. Necessary things you need. Perfect example is the hotel shuttle to the airport.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a tough one for me. Do you tip that guy or not?
Or the rental car pickup guy. If he gets off the rental car bus and he helps people with their bags, I do it.
You got to give him a buck or two.
I give him a buck or two.
Yeah.
What if he doesn't touch the bags? I feel like that's a common thing. You get in those shuttle buses.
If he's just driving, I don't tip
No,
him.
that's his job. Yeah,
Oh my God. Can I tell you what happened to me?
Please.
This is bananas.
But bazonkers?
Bazonkers.
This is BANANA.
Yeah.
So I'm at LAX. I finished doing this gig, okay? And I'm running to the airport because LAX, you never know, it's a crapshoot.
Sure.
So I rented a car, drop off the rental car, get on the Hertz rental shuttle, and I'm going to Southwest, Terminal 1. I get off, grab my bag, go through security, and I'm like, I'm wearing this dress shirt all day. I want to put on my T-shirt when I fly.
Wrong bag.
Wrong bag. I grabbed the wrong suitcase.
Wow.
And I'm going
And now
it's gone. And now I'm like, oh my God. A, I hope to God somebody else on the rental thing realizes this. B, I got to call Hertz. C, I'm supposed to go to Vegas. I'm not going to Vegas now because I'm not making my flight because I got to get my bag back and get whoever's bag this is
to them
back to that individual. So I'm sitting there, cold panic.
Name on the tag? On the
no
bag?
name on the tag. And I didn't want to open it either. And I'm just sitting there and I'm calling Hertz at LAX, automated thing. I go, God damn. And while I'm making the phone call and I walk out of security, I remember LAX is shaped like a U. Southwest is the first gate. United's the 7th. Now, if I can just get out and run across, I can catch the Hertz thing. I get out, I run over to run. It's like 80 degrees
on the tarmac.
Usain Bolt.
By the way, I wish I had a tank top that day.
Yeah.
Get over there, and as I get over there, a Hertz is pulling up. Mike, there could be 6 or 7 of these. I don't know. And I go. Hold on. And as the guy's pulling up to the rental car thing, where I happen to run right to the spot. Thank God it was right there. I see there's one bag left on the thing, and a guy grabs a bag and comes off. I go, oh my God, sir, I grabbed your bag. He goes, what? I go, I grabbed your bag. I'm drenched in sweat. He goes, where did you come from? I go, Southwest. I just ran over here. We switched bags. And he's like, oh my God, it's the same exact bag.
The chances of that are astronomical.
Couldn't believe it. So I told my wife, I was like, I gotta tell somebody. So I told my wife, worst case scenario turned into best case scenario, but it never happens if I'm not an absolute dipshit.
Right.
It's all of my own making.
Yeah.
I did it. I'm such an idiot. I should have looked and made sure, but 100%. It was literally the exact same bag.
100%. But you made the mistake, then corrected the mistake, thought ahead to do it, but you put yourself in that own situation. That wouldn't happen if you're just like, is this my bag? Yeah, but you were.
Exactly.
You probably had a couple woo-woos.
No.
No. After the giggies? No sibbies?
No, it was during the day. And
okay.
I literally, then I.
Okay, what else, Your Honor?
But then I literally ran to Southwest and.
Did you make your flight to Vegas?
Barely made my flight. Drenched in sweat, by the way.
I need a hero. That's amazing.
Crazy. But again, it's all because I'm an absolute moron.
Idiot. Yeah.
Did you tip the driver?
He tipped himself. So good job, Steve.
All right. So thank you, Warren, for that great question and bringing up a haunting memory for me. Okay.
That's insane.
This is coming to us from Michael.
Mr. Motorcycle.
I'm looking to regularly tune into this podcast. What can I expect?
Need we say more? Look at this. You're welcome.
Bang.
Michael, what can we expect from you as a listener? Why is it on us?
Yeah.
Are you gonna contribute better than this to the conversation? Because so far I'm unimpressed.
Thank you. And if you're on Venmo, you could tip us.
Yeah. We should take tips. We should put a tip jar up for this episode.
Tip jar.
We'll do a tip jar up for this episode. What do you think? You think people will tip us? I don't think they will.
Well, it's called Patreon these days, right?
Is that what it is? Yeah, you can do that.
Jar? Basically, yeah.
We'll put a tip jar up for this. How do we do that, Jiggy? You got to figure it out. Jiggy will produce it. For this, buy me coffee?
There's a tip called buy me coffee for one-offs. No like residual thing.
Amazing. Buy me coffees. All right.
You know, he's
or you could you could change your Venmo handle to something, like 2 Cool Moms Tips. At 2 Cool Moms Tips.
All right, we'll figure it out. It'll be in the comments.
Okay.
Or maybe we'll even put it on as a tag at the end of this once we figure it out. But yes, that's what we'll do.
Okay. This is coming to us from Tim. Hey, Cool. Hey, Cool and the Mommy's Gang. Got it. Okay.
I love it.
Hey, Cool and the Mommy's Gang. Of course, no Joey boy first from his boob tube antics.
Already.
Love you both on the 2 Cool Moms pod, Steve. Your comedy special is classic. Okay. The question, either mommies have pre-stand-up show rituals. Do you have any pre-show rituals, or with Mommy Steve being a sportsman, any pre-game rituals getting ready to get his sport on? Unrelated question, but still curious. Would Joey Dogs for Days allow Steve to make a documentary on him? So, do you have any pre-show rituals?
What the fuck is going on
I have
here?
no idea. I think he's having a stroke.
So, pre-show rituals, but also he wants you to make a documentary. Oh, that's because the joke I always make that you watch documentaries all the time. Got it. Okay, so now, do we have any pre-show rituals? I feel like you disappear for a minute.
The only ritual I have is, in a perfect world, if the show is at 7, right, and I go on at 7:35, I would show up at 7:34. That'd be my perfect. That would be my pre-show ritual. I don't want to do anything other than just like enjoy my day, and then it's like, all right,
relax,
now I gotta get ready,
show up and go to work.
I walk in the door, and it's like, ladies and gentlemen, Steve. It's like, wow, this is perfect.
Yeah,
that's like my best case scenario. But in terms of rituals, I don't have anything.
Cup of coffee, iron my shirt.
Yeah,
cup of coffee, iron my shirt. I think that's my pre-show ritual. Pretty much that's what I do. I get a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And I'll iron my shirt, and then I'll be like ready to go. I'll feel fresh and pressed, nice and caffeinated.
Okay, so just to get this right.
Press my coffee.
Drink the shirt.
Drink my shirt.
Got it.
Yep.
In what order?
First, I drink the shirt.
Drink the shirt.
And then I press the coffee.
Got it.
French press coffee.
Got
it. I normally I've been doing this thing now. Like when we have a bus, I'm kind of like in my comfy pants to the latest moment I could be in. And there'll be a lot of times when Jiggy gets up there and he's doing his yuck yucks and laugh 'em ups, and he has a big closer, and I can hear him warming himself up for it, and his voice changes a lot. And I hear that tone. I'm like, it's like a dog whistle. It's like, whoo, it's like you gotta get dressed, bitch. Like I'm like, oh shit, and I'll realize what bit that's how he's going into. And there has been times where I've been shaving as he's like getting into his thing.
That's
I've literally buttoned it up,
cutting it close.
But yeah, I do that. But I love a cup of coffee, iron my shirt, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Do you listen to music?
I'll listen to music, or like if there's like some new monologue jokes or whatever. But don't forget to do this.
I'll work over that
one. So if I when I'm backstage with you guys, I'll just pace for a minute or two, and I'm like, okay, don't forget to do this one. And that joke goes here.
Yep.
And the wording is da 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 da.
But then it all goes out the window when you walk out there and you start your crowd work and you find somebody fun. Goes out right
it
out
all
the window.
goes
That's
out.
great. I love that.
And the great thing about your show is that there's so many kids, teenagers, sometimes 12 or 13. And so I think what the audience responds to, at least from my perspective, is I'm coming out a little like almost like a sucker punch.
Yep.
Like, what's up, fuckers? And then all of a sudden you're setting that precedent, and then you're feeling like you're being reined in by a kid, which you are, because you still want to be respectful to that kid and their parent or whatever. And then that odd dichotomy of like circumstances, what creates the tension in the room.
Yeah.
So that becomes a lot of fun.
Do you listen to Jiggy when he goes on? Nope. No, right?
No. I when I'm
because you don't want to put yourself in a bad mood before you're going to take the stage.
I don't like get tired.
Tired, yeah. You're like, I'm exhausted already.
Oh my God, I'm so tired of sleeping.
Well, you want to put yourself.
Bored.
You want to put yourself in the mindset of the audience of like, oh my God, I just want this to end.
Well, the good news is that when people
Jiggy's funnier than both of us, first of all.
People come to your show and they love when Jiggy's on the show, opening for you especially, because they get a 2-for-1. They get a comedy show and an escape room.
Jiggy.
No, I do listen to Jiggy, and I think what and we always respond to this because the minute he comes off, like I can know when I listen to the crowd, I'm like, oh, they're fucking great,
right?
And he'll come over and he'll just kind of like, as we shake, he whatever, Jiggy will like smile a little more, and I'm like, oh, okay.
He'll let you know how hard you're gonna have to work.
Yeah. But we have that like weird thing where like as soon as he's coming off, you just know, and then I'll come off, and we both immediately say the same thing, whether it's like, oh, that was a little work. We both always, I would say 100% of the time, we both always say the same thing to each other. 100%, yeah. Until Joey Bang Bangs goes up.
Here he goes, Shimmy Shine, line him up.
But when I come up, it's tippy tippy paws, tippy tippy paws. Okay. It's coming to us from MJ. MJ, hiya, mommies. Love you both so much. You make me laugh every week, and I always look forward to the podcast. Amusement parks, thrill rides, hell yeah or no way. I love them, but my kids are leery. We live in Pittsburgh by Kennywood. Love. Oh, it's Mo. So Mo says love. But yeah, that's when you go to amusement park with kids. That's a tough, because you wonder how far do you push it?
Yeah,
like, you're gonna have fun, just relax.
My son you have to make them get on it. You have to make them get on to see if they hate it or love it.
Yeah,
any kid will probably be afraid of it. Like my daughter though takes to it, loves it. My son hates it, but when we get him on stuff, he'll eventually like he wanted to go on the Ferris wheel, but it was too high, and when we went on it, he absolutely loved it. And it was like, but we had to talk him into going on it. But then there's been other rides where we put him on them, and you're going to see therapy in a couple of years because he was. Again, I talk about on stage about how the Star Wars ride has ruined him for life. Like it's crazy.
One of the best lines.
Yeah, it's nutty to do that. I find that's the hardest part. One of the hardest parts of parenting is knowing that line of like pushing and coddling.
Right, yeah. My son is the same. It's the same dynamic. My daughter's gung-ho. My son's a lot more apprehensive about things. But once he does it, and so that becomes the precedent of like, well, you remember this, and you did it, and you were really nervous, but you had fun, right?
Yep.
So what I do now is I just don't push it. I'm like, all right, you either want to do it or you don't.
Yeah.
I don't care because eventually he's going to be 10 or 11 and he'll want to do it, so it's fine.
My daughter is an absolute daredevil. Never really worried about her. I did have one experience with her though that was really traumatic for me as well. We did a You know those ropes courses where you click in?
Yeah.
Right? You do that. So there was this outdoor one somewhere out on Long Island. We were somewhere, and she really wanted to do it. And I said, okay, let's do it. So we went, and it was one of those things where, first of all, it was being run by a guy who really didn't care about anything. And my daughter was clearly too small for it. She's not, age-wise, she's fine, but she's smaller.
Right.
And there's parts where you had to like grab a top thing and walk, right? And you're dangling from a thing. So now I'm up there and I'm not the most, because Bessie won't go, right? She doesn't do that kind of thing. She's holding Remo and watching and cheering from the ground. So we're going up and let's do it. Fine. So we're going doing it. And we got 2 parts and I was like, I'm having problems doing this. The problem was like, she's in front of me because the way you click in,
you can't move.
She has to go first.
Exactly.
So first of all, I should have been first, and the guy, I didn't even realize it, and it clicks her in, so she has to go, and she's scared to death of this part because she can't grab. It's the highest part of it. There's only one route to go, and you have to go up this rope thing, and you have to hold the top rope, and she can't reach the top rope.
Oh shoot!
So I'm like, all right, and she's like, what do I do? And I'm like, all right. I said, well, you're good at balancing. Just balance, hold your thing that's dangling and just balance as best you can. And she was screaming, crying, and I couldn't do anything to help her.
And you're stuck there.
And I'm stuck.
And
I'm
you got
behind her.
Behind you.
And
oh my God.
Those people I don't give a fuck about.
Yeah,
I was telling people, you fucking shut up. Like, my daughter's scared to death. I don't give a shit.
Right.
Go. I dare you to say go. I'll fucking throw you off this thing.
Right.
So my daughter, like, I'm really scared. And we were at the top. And there's only one route up, and then you have to go back down.
Yeah.
So she was screaming, crying, and I was like, "Oh my God!" I was like, I felt so helpless. And when we were off, she just wanted to be held, and I was like, "I am the worst parent in the world," even though I know I'm not. I was just felt so bad.
Sure.
And that was the only time I saw my daughter get bested by something, and it was very humbling, I think, for her too. And since then, I've seen her. She's still brave as shit, but take a pause, being like, "Can I do this?" All right, and you know, at like kind of deal. So it was definitely, you could see that moment where it's like bravado versus like weighing the circumstance.
Yeah, versus reality.
Yeah.
I remember we went cave exploring with my kids. Is that but not down the ropes? Is it spelunking on the ropes?
No. Spelunking is you going into a dark, cavernous void and you don't know what's on the inside.
That's what people call Jiggy's show at the moment.
You open it up, it's a picture of Jiggy with T-Rex arms. That's also his wallet.
No tips allowed. Yeah. My kids were in front of me, and there's parts where you gotta you get really claustrophobic, and that's like one of my biggest fears. But thank God my kids were in front of me. I had the opposite. My kids were in front of me.
Right.
If I was the first one,
because you can't turn around. Yeah.
I would have been nervous. Then they would have been nervous. You have a ripple effect, right?
Yeah.
And then my son probably would have been scared. But he's like, "This is awesome," and he's just zipping through it. I'm like, "Oh, thank God! I see like these little feet in front of me, and I could just like." But I mean, have you ever done? I know you did it for the movie, but to actually crawl through that stuff.
Well, that was what was cool with the cave
scary.
because it was freaky as shit. Because I had to hide, so I had to. They're like, "No, you just go
you're
through
in the
here,
dark, right?
Yeah, complete dark, and I'm in full makeup." And they're like, the guy goes to me. And so in the movie, I play a cave monster.
See, especially how you look to it, just like that is so goddamn funny.
I have 2 great stories about this.
You're just, oh my God.
I have 2 great stories about this.
Like, I just gotta sit here by myself in the dark.
I'm in the dark.
I mean, that is so crazy.
Waiting for the crowd to come. And they're calling off groups that aren't good groups. Like, this isn't a good group. Don't do it. Wait. And I'm sitting there waiting.
Sit there?
So I'm sitting there. Crouched a tiger, hidden fatto. Like this. Right? So they turn, look, there I am. Look. So they turn in the corner. They turn in the corners. Smiling.
Just sitting there in the dark.
But wait, let me tell you. So here's the whole thing with it. There's a path that they go on. This isn't a spelunking. This is a cave tour. Okay.
It's also the T-shirt just like
on the beef. On the beef.
That is so good.
I love a good graphic tee. We spoke of it. So. The thing is that the cave we did it in wasn't a spelunking cave. It was a cave tour. It's a paved thing.
Yeah.
What I did was spelunking because I had to hide in it. So the guy goes, okay, to get to where you have to go, you have to make the way the tour went. You came down the elevator and you made a right and you went around. And this is the first stop is where I'm at. To get to that first stop, they're like, you can't go over the thing. You have to go around the back. So I had to make a left, go over the ropes into where you're not allowed to go into the ravine. Go down through the ravine, through a little thing
without a flashlight or anything.
No. I'm going. I had my phone.
Oh, Jesus
like this
Christ.
to go there. They didn't think of it. Do it, and I went. Right?
Was it? I mean, it sounds scary.
It was a little scary.
Yeah.
It was a little scary. And I'm not very athletic, so I'm like, I'm going to fall and die here. But it was fine, right? Whatever. So I get there. But the thing was, they had a change in the guard of the people that worked there.
You didn't know?
And they didn't know I was in makeup. They didn't know I was supposed to be off the beaten path. No. So there's this guy sees me coming, and he goes, hey, hey, hey. And I turn and I look at him, and he goes, hey, hey. He goes, hey, 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 hey. And I go, no, we're filming here. And he goes in, and he's like, there's a guy here. I go, I go to him, tell him on the beef. Tell him on the beef.
You're in care. I'm in care.
Tell him on the beef. So the guys are like, oh, and they're like, no, Phil, they're filming here. They go, oh, nobody told me. I'm like, it's all right. What a moment for that guy.
To see a gray human being?
Yeah. Not allowed to be there. That was
my
crazy.
God.
Yeah, so that's what my spelunking experience.
Jesus.
Well,
On the beef.
Thanks for listening to Two Cool Moms. Is that enough? What time are we at? Yeah? We're great. Well, we did it, Steven. Two Cool Momed it. You could change, buddy. What a great ep.
We really did it.
You did it.
I do feel like a cool mom.
You are a cool mom.
Thank you, buddy.
I love you, pal.
Love you too.
Enjoy your shirt.
These mommies love you, so show us some love.
Please rate us and review us, follow us on all social media, and subscribe to our YouTube.